Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
On April 16th, our city, the nation's capital, will celebrate DC Emancipation Day. It is on this day that African Americans in Washington, D.C. were the first to be freed by an act of Congress, which also compensated slave owners for releasing their property from bondage. According to Dr. Elizabeth Clark Lewis, editor of the classic First Freed, Washington, D.C. in the Emancipation era, this early freedom helped the district's large population of African American freed people begin formal education sooner than the masses of blacks who remained in slavery throughout the slave territories until the end of the Civil War. On April 9th, the nation will remember the historic meeting of the Union General Ulysses S. Grant and Confederate General Robert E. Lee to set the terms of surrender of Lee's Army of Northern Virginia. While Lee's surrender did not end the Civil War, the act is seen by most as the symbolic end of 4 years of bloodshed. By this time, the district's former slaves had begun establishing schools earlier than those in other areas where slavery had persisted. The large number of schools created a well-educated African-American community here in Washington. According to Dr. Clark Lewis, the education of the first freed encompassed both traditional, school-based learning and non-traditional, culture-based knowledge of manners and the so-called amenities of civilization, or how to live the better or dignified life. Black Washingtonians held in high regard this non-traditional education, which was obtained by African Americans working in the homes of wealthy or powerful individuals. The knowledge they gained was woven into the fabric of the community and was exhibited in such formal gatherings as church services, Emancipation Day parades, and concerts, as well as at home in their everyday lives. It strengthened the fabric of society in Washington, D.C., and blacks working for and working with the most powerful whites in the United States received esteem unparalleled by that received by their counterparts in other urban centers. Even as Washingtonians received and fully embraced their emancipated status, the District of Columbia continued to be rife with segregation and discrimination for decades to come. Significant changes needed to occur in areas such as employment, housing, transportation, healthcare, education, the armed forces, and in public facilities like department and drugstores, hotels, restaurants, and libraries. There also needed to be a change in one's attitude, morals, ideals, and traditions. The latter changes could be brought about by seeking the counsel of the church. The church, particularly the black church, had always played a crucial role in terms of leadership during these times. The leadership was a natural extension of the church's structure and function. These churches offered their parishioners an opportunity to exercise roles that were denied them in American society. Throughout American history, the black church served not only as a place of worship, but also as a community center wherein people could come to solve disputes, find support groups, and become engaged in political activism. These and other functions also enhance the importance of the church's leader, its minister. So as we begin this celebration, may we always remember the sacrifices and the contributions of not only individuals in legislation, but also the sacrifices and the contributions of the church. The one thing that has always served as our spiritual base and foundation. Thank you.
Amen.
Good evening, everyone. Amen. I'll be reading The Negro Mother by Langston Hughes. Children, I come back today to tell you a story of the long, dark way that I had to climb, that I had to know, in order that the race may live and grow. Look at my face, dark as the night, yet shining like the sun with love's true light. I am dark girl who crossed the Red Sea carrying in my body the seed of the free. I am the woman who worked in the field, bringing the cotton and corn to you. I am the one who labored as a slave, beaten and mistreated for the work that I gave. Children sold away from me. My husband sold too. No safety, no love, no respect was I due. 300 years in the deepest south. But God put a song and a prayer in my mouth. God put a dream like a steel in my soul. Now through my children, I am reaching my goal. Now through my children, young and free, I realized the blessing deed to me. I couldn't read then. I couldn't write. I had nothing back there in the dark night. Sometimes the valley was filled with tears, but I kept trudging on through those lonely years. Sometimes the road was hot with the sun, but I had to keep on till the work was done. I had to keep on, no stopping for me. I was carrying in me the seed of the free. I nursed a dream that nothing could smother. Deep in my breast, the Negro mother. I only had hope then, but now through you, dark ones of today, my dreams are coming true. All you dark children in the world out there, remember my sweat, my pain, my despair. Remember my years heavy with sorrow, and make those years a torch for tomorrow. Make of my past a road to the light, out of the darkness, the ignorance, the night. Lift high my banner out of the dust. Stand like free men, supporting my trust. Believe in the right, let none push you back. Remember the whip and the slaver's track. Remember how strong in struggle and strife, but still bear with you. Still bear with you. They may deny you life. But march ever forward, breaking down bars. Look ever upward at the sun and the stars. Oh, my dark children, may my dreams and prayers come true. Impel you forever up the great stairs. For I will be with you till no white brother dares to keep down the children of the Negro mother. Thank you.
Amen.